version, the live action remake of the cartoon classic, which is odd because it only came out a few years ago. So starting off with the non-spoiler section, is it a good movie? Yeah. Is it fun? Yeah. Is it for kids? Kind of. I mean, it's really for anybody. It's made for kids, but I think adults can really enjoy it. There's nothing that really stands out religious-wise. There's not really no cussing. There's maybe a joke here or there that maybe are a little bit over kids' heads. You know, maybe a little bit inappropriate joke here. There is, maybe they say gods because they probably believe in the Viking gods. So there might be that in there. Like I said, there's no cussing I can really remember in the movie. I might miss something here or there, but for the most part, it's pretty clean. So if you're wanting something fun to do this weekend with your family to go see, yeah, I think this movie will be fine. I don't see nothing in it that I should warn you about. And I will tell you, I personally thought it was a good movie. So now we're getting into the spoiler section. You have been warned in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Disclaimer, I've never seen the original. I know, that's like, some people are probably breaking their necks right now, slamming the keyboard. How have you never seen the original How to Train Your Dragon? It's a cartoon classic. Let me tell you, I never was interested in this movie growing up. Something about it just did not click with me. I did not care about seeing it. And I will tell you, I only thing I've ever seen from this franchise is How to Train Your Dragons 2. And the only reason I've ever seen that movie is because I watched it with my son while we were on vacation. It was like on TV, so we watched it. If it wasn't for that, I'd have no idea about anything about these characters, nothing about their personality or anything like that. So if this was How to Train Your Dragon 2, I could compare it because I've seen the second one. But I've never seen the first one. I've never seen the third one. I've only seen bits of the show because my son watches it sometimes on Netflix. So other than what little bit I know, this is all brand new to me. I was introduced to them a little bit on the shows and a little bit in the second movie. I never knew how they were in the first movie. I didn't know the dynamics. So I don't know what's different from the cartoon versus the live action. So throughout this review, you're going to hear me say, I don't know what was different from the movie or the book. Now, there's apparently a book that the cartoon was based on. I don't know. So please don't be sitting there going, oh, well, that happened in the cartoon. I don't know that. I never seen it. First thing, I was very taken back. I thought they changed the thing about him not having a foot because I knew he didn't have a foot. I know Hiccup was missing a leg. It was the one thing I really thought they changed, and apparently they did it. So it happened almost the exact same way in the cartoon. I looked it up, and I was like, oh, so yeah. So getting into it, story-wise, it's an okay story. Is that the story from the original? I don't know. I think maybe. I think I've seen some people say it's pretty faithful. It's decent. It's pretty predictable, but that's fine. It's fun. It's entertaining. I did think him losing the leg was kind of, well, someone actually got hurt. I like the foreshadowing where they were like, a true warrior, they'll have a battle scar, and, he was like, oh, whatever, and he ended up being the one actually to lose something to prove that he was a hero. That's neat. Foreshadowing. Once again, I don't know if that was in the original or not. Not seen the original. But there is one thing I can speak on that this movie I was really nervous about. Like I told you, I've seen How to Train Your Dragon 2. So these characters, I kind of did know their personalities and a little bit about them. Plus a little bit that I've seen in some other shows. Now, I still don't know their names well, so forgive me. But let's go through the characters and what I think about them. The dad in this movie, I know he came back to play him. He also voiced him in the cartoon. That's cool and all. I didn't like his character, though. And I think the reason I didn't like his character is because, he was the jerk throughout the movie. In the second movie, he's more like the end of this movie, so that might be why I didn't really like his character. And that's a little bit of an issue I have with another character I'll get to in a second, is I didn't like the way they started out, but like I said, I just knew him from the second movie, not the first, so that's probably just how they were in the first movie, and, the character growth and the arc. And that's kind of an issue if you watch something out of order and you go back to the first movie, you're always like, they're not like the same person. Well, duh, because character growth, that's what's supposed to happen. And I think he did a great job. I'm just saying, I didn't like the dad in the sense of, like, I don't think I was supposed to like the dad until the very end when he was like, yo, son, I wasn't listening to you, and, now we have dragons. But anyways, I am talking way too long. Let's get into the characters. Hiccup, and the actor nailed it. This guy had a voice that was very close and looked like him and just did a great job. I think they picked someone who can carry this franchise. I do know what happens in the second movie, so I know, spoilers if you've never seen that, I know he's supposed to take on a bigger responsibility. He matures a lot by the second movie. He's a little bit more serious. I think this guy can do the acting that's necessary in the next two films going forward. So I thought he did great. Now, the second character I want to talk about is Astrid? Am I saying that right? Astrid? If you're a fan, let me know. The actress that played her, I don't know what she's been in before, but she did a great job. The character, like I said before, this was the other character I was not liking at first. I didn't like how she treated Hiccup. I didn't like the dynamic, but I think that's how it was supposed to go for the story. I think that's probably how she was in the first movie. Because in the second movie, they were all like lovey-dovey, and, you know, by the end of this movie, she was acting just like how I thought she was supposed to act throughout the first movie. I didn't know that they were fighting a lot. Were they? I don't know. I didn't see the first movie. I think she did a great job. Yeah, I thought she was good in the movie. But getting to my favorite character, which was, is his name Fish Legs? Did they really name someone Fish Legs? Fish Legs. I thought that character was funny. I liked him a lot. He has great comedic timing. He was perfect for it. I didn't really care for him in the second movie when I watched the, I didn't care for that character. But this guy made me actually like him a lot. So great acting, great comedic timing. Like I said, end up being one of my favorite characters in the movie. Okay, we got Rough Nut and we got Tough Nut. Rough Nut's the girl, and she was great. I liked her character. She stood out to me more than she did in the cartoons, which, you may be a purist, you may be freaking out saying, oh, they're great in the cartoon. I don't know. Like I said, I seen them in the second one. They were okay. But she did a good job. I think the way she portrayed that character was truthful to the story, and it made her stand out. Tough Nut, scary accurate, actually. Like, there was times I was like, okay, how do you look just like the guy from the cartoon? That scared me. But anyways, he was funny. He was good. But now, I told you I seen the second movie, and there was a character in the second movie that was okay, all right. Snotlot? Is his name Snotlot? Am I saying that right? And he was okay. But in this movie, somehow he became one of my favorite characters. Something about him I liked. It was just interesting. So he actually ended up becoming one of my other favorite characters in this movie, which is, with a cast that, has a lot of characters and the two main ones get the most focus, for these two side characters that become kind of my favorites, pretty interesting. The casting was great. The kids were great. The adults in it were great. And now let me get to the last part. The CGI was amazing. Marvel, take note. This is good CGI. The dragons look fantastic. It felt like Game of Thrones for kids. The world felt real. It wasn't dark and gritty the whole time. It got colorful. It was fun. And the dragons looked so real. It was a great, whoever did the CGI, whatever studio worked on it, because it was amazing how great it was. The last time I seen CGI really this good is maybe, I don't know, it's been a long time since CGI looked this good and looked so convincing. The dragons have personalities, and I know Toothless, that's the only name of the dragon I know. I like the friendship him and Hiccup had. He looked more cartoonish than the other dragons, but even in the cartoon, he looked more cartoonish than the other dragons. He always did. He looked kind of off-putting even in the cartoons. So the way he looked was fine. Character-wise, I don't know if he was supposed to be so standoffish from the get-go. Like I said, never seen the first movie, but I assume that's how it was supposed to go. I love how they grew for each other, and honestly, I'm not going to lie, when Hiccup was in trouble and he came to help, it's pretty exciting. So all in all, the movie was good. It wasn't fantastic. There's some problems with it. A little bit of pacing issue. The story's not as grand, if I'm being honest, for me, personally. And, but I had a fun time. And so, when it comes to rating this movie, I'm going to tell you, Video Nation's decided it's worth a watch. Enjoyment may vary, which is a good thing. It means it's a good movie. It means you may like it, you may not. But hey, I personally think, and with the people I was with, we talked about it, we think it was a good movie. So go watch it if you want to. I think it's a fun time. So that's my opinion. Maybe you agree, maybe you disagree. Maybe you love the movie, maybe you hated it. Whatever it is, tell it in the comments. Always be respectful to other people. And thank you for watching this video. Check out the rest of the content on this channel, and we'll see you guys next time.